What's going on, baseball fans? How are we doing? So the MLB draft is officially over. All 20 rounds are complete. So in this video, I'm going to go over my winners. Let's go talk about it. Starting off with the LA Angels. I know what you might be thinking. They didn't take Kumar Rocker. How could they possibly be a winner? But you know what? I think they actually had a pretty good draft, and a pretty extreme one to that matter. They set a record in picking the most pictures in MLB draft history. All 20 picks went to pictures, and like I said, that might sound a little extreme, but you know what? I love it. I think this is exactly what the Angels needed to do. I mean, maybe they could have gotten one position player in there somewhere, but you know what? They are weak in pitching in their farm system. If we take a look, they are 23rd overall in the farm systems right now, and they really lack pitching. They got no 60 pitchers, they got no 55s, they got no 50s, they got one 45 pitcher, and then they got some guys here at the back end that are just really, 40s and, 40 pluses, 40s, 35 pluses. Those are just more, high upside young guys, where they need more guys like in this middle to the upper range. And you know what? Why not go for as much pitching as you can? Let's just start off with Sam Bachman. Like I said, I would like a Kumar Rocker more than a Sam Bachman, but I know why the Angels did it. The Angels did it because Sam Bachman, at the end of the day, was going to be cheaper. Kumar Rocker it's looking like he's going to sign for around $6 million with the Mets, most likely with a Sam Bachman. The value of this slot was at $4.95 million. I could see Sam Bachman maybe going for $4 million, maybe up to $4.5 million. That's going to save the Angels some money for the rest of these picks. But Sam Bachman, there's a lot to like with him. Like I said, Kumar Rocker, I would love to have a Kumar Rocker, but Sam Bachman is a pretty nice alternative. He's got a big fastball, big slider, good changeup. He has had some health issues in the past, but it seemed like they were getting better last year as the year went on. Sam Bachman is a big arm that could get up to the major leagues rather quick. He could definitely be one day a mid-rotation guy. He could maybe even be a bullpen guy at first and then work up to be a starter. But there's a lot to like with Sam Bachman, so I do like that pick. And then the next pick, they picked Kai Busch. A bit of a reach there, but I do like Kai Busch. If we go take a look at him overall, he's the number 67 overall on MLB Pipeline, but there's a lot to like with him. Like Sam Bachman, a big fastball plus fastball. He's got a good slider as well. Curveball could use some work. Changeup could use some work, so hopefully the Angels can develop him well. But I do like the big fastball, and he's a lefty, so that could end up being a very good pick for the Angels down the road. A lefty with a big fastball and a big slider. Hey, I'm all about it. Just get him developed. I think maybe Kai Busch could end up being something down the road. But then with the Angels, they added some other guys as well that have different looks, where they added some velocity with a Sam Bachman and a Kai Busch. They also added a Luke Weaver. Luke Weaver, real quick, before I get to these other guys, he was a bit of a reach here, but most likely that's going to save them some money. He's actually coming out of Vanderbilt. This is the other Vanderbilt guy with Kumar Rocker and Jack Leiter going. Luke Murphy wasn't really a name that you're hearing of very much, but if we go take a look at Luke Murphy, all the way down at 219, hey, with him, a big fastball, 65 fastball. That's one of the better fastballs in the draft, and he's got a big slider as well. So the Angels, I really like that they emphasized big fastballs and big sliders near the top of the draft. So they had a game plan coming into this. So it's looking like the Angels, they're really relying on those big fastballs, big sliders, and they're hoping to develop these other pitches as well and the control with some of these guys. But they also, because they picked so much pitching, like I said, they added a lot of velocity slider kind of guys, but they added some other guys with different looks as well. If we take a look, we have some other guys like Landon Marco. He was the 90th overall in the 3rd round. He's not really going to be a velocity kind of a guy. Let's go take a look at him real quick. He's going to give you a bit of a different look here. So he's not going to have a big fastball, but he has he's more of a control pitcher, and he's got more off-speed stuff. A good curveball, 55 curveball. He does have a good slider, but a good changeup. So this is a guy, while he may not have a lot of velocity, this is a guy where he is giving you a bit of a different flavor here, while, the Bachman of the world is, more of a velocity kind of a guy, where Landon Marco, more of a control guy, more of an off-speed kind of a guy, relies on those secondary pitches. So I do like that as well. And then there's another guy, Mason Albright. They actually got him at a very good value. He was ranked number 122, and they got him in the 12th round. So that's a pretty solid pick. Let's go take a look at him real quick. So Mason Albright, a lefty coming out of high school. I mean, there's a bit to like with him. He's got a fastball. The changeup is okay. The curveball needs some work. I mean, if a 50 control, there's nothing that really jumps off the page, but he is a lefty, and there is some deception in the delivery with him. So he has kind of that slurve kind of a curveball to where it's a different look. So again, this is a guy that maybe they could develop overall. He is committed to Virginia Tech, so it's going to be interesting to see if they can get him signed. But what I like about the Angels draft is, they got a lot of these guys where they really took a lot of different variety with these picks. And there's also one other guy I want to mention is Braden Olthoff. I think I'm saying that right. Braden Olthoff out of Tulane. He was ranked 182, picked at the 261st pick. If we go take a look at him real quick, this is a guy that adds a different look as well. He's not going to be a big fastball slider kind of a guy. He does have a good slider though, but not really much of the velocity, but he's got a good slider, and he's got a really good changeup, a plus changeup, and he's got plus control. So I like this pick for the Angels. I like all of the different types of pitchers that they took. And I know a lot of people out there are saying, wow, they took a lot of pitchers. I mean, they've been taking a lot of good athletic position players in the past. They just went pitching heavy here. And you know what? I like it. Why not attack the weakness that's in your system? Your weakness is pitching in this system. The Angels never have pitching. They never have homegrown pitching. Why not just attack it from all different angles? Go velocity, with some guys. Go off speed with some guys. I like this draft for the Angels. Again, a bit extreme, but at the end of the day, you're attacking a weakness, and I like it. Up next, I have the Detroit Tigers. I love their draft this year, starting off with Jackson Jobe, the best high school arm in this draft. There's a lot to like about Jackson Jobe. In all honesty, he grades out better than a Jack Leiter. When you add up all of the tools that he has, he grades out better than a Jack Leiter, and he's younger. Jackson Jobe has all the potential to be a future stud, a big fastball, got probably, in my opinion, one of the better sliders, one of the best sliders in this whole draft, maybe even better than a Kumar Rocker, but a huge slider, tons of RPMs on that slider, already a good curveball, already a plus changeup, and at only 18 years old, there is so much to like with a Jackson Jobe. And actually, Jolly Olive did a video on Jackson Jobe. I'll put his channel right here, and I'll link the video in the description below if you want to go get more information on Jackson Jobe. But there's a ton of upside with him. Love that pick at number 3. I think a lot of Tigers fans didn't like that pick very much. They wanted to go with maybe a Marcelo Meyer, or more of a sure thing, like a college kind of a guy. But you know what? I really like this pick for the Tigers. That could be a future stud. They develop pitching really well. Look out for Jackson Jobe down the road. But I also just like what else they did in this draft. They got Ty Madden, who was ranked number 9 overall, and they got him in the competitive balance round at pick number 32. Well, I'm not the biggest fan of a Ty Madden. I do like a lot of it. He has a good track record at Texas, a good fastball. Well, the velocity's good. I'm not a big fan of the life on the fastball. It is a bit flat, but hey, velocity, it's velocity. He's got a good slider to go along with it, a good changeup, a decent curveball. Ty Madden is someone that you can work with, a bit of a high floor kind of a guy. I think he has a little bit of ceiling, and the Tigers, like I said earlier, they develop pitching well, and I think Ty Madden is going to be a good fit. They also picked Isaac Pacheco, ranked number 30, and they got him at pick number 39. This is a guy I like a lot. If we go take a look at an Isaac Pacheco, there is a ton of potential in this bat, a lot of power in that bat at only 18 years old. He's got a good frame, 6'4", 225 pounds. This could be a power hitting third baseman for you down the road, and he's good in the field. He's got a great arm. He's slick in the field. I like Isaac Pacheco a lot. This is a guy that was rumored to maybe go anywhere from 20 to 30, and they got him at pick number 39. I love that. And there's just good value down later on, and they got a Tanner Kohlhepp. that's a guy where I think that was actually a pretty decent reach. If we go take a look at him, he's ranked 211. Again, it was a bit of a reach, but I do like the things that he has to offer here out of Notre Dame. He's got a good fastball and he's got a good slider as well. Decent changeup, but again, Tigers, they love pitching. I think they can really work with him. And he's 6'4", 210 pounds. There's a lot to add with that frame, so look out for him. They also drafted Brant Herter, 191 at pick 195. So there's a bit to like here from the left side from him. A good slider. Fastball is a little weak, not a lot of velocity, but he can get 93, 94. But again, he's got good control and he's got good slide. He's got a good slider, decent changeup. That's a guy that you can work with. And then we also have at pick. Where was it? Jordan Marks in the 8th round, pick number 225. If you go take a look at him real quick, Jordan Marks. So he went to South Carolina upstate. I like a lot. He's a pretty balanced guy. 50 fastball, 50 slider, 55 changeup. But his best asset is his control. So I think there's a lot of different looks that they added here. They added a power bat with an Isaac Pacheco. They got good value in a Ty Madden. They got a possible future stud in a Jackson Jobe that could be, hey, 5 years down the road of Casey Mize is one of the top pitchers in this game, and you got Jackson Jobe who ends up being what he could end up being, a possible future stud. I mean, that Tigers rotation could be hellacious down the road. I just really like what the Tigers did. They just added good upside. They added good high floor guys like a Ty Madden and, some good value later on going into like the 8th round. I like this draft for the Tigers. I think it was a solid draft overall. Up next, the Cincinnati Reds. I love the draft that the Cincinnati Reds had. Starting off with the first pick, Matt McLain, one of the more solid guys in this draft. He's going to be a solid player to add to your organization. They got him at pick number 17. He was rumored to go anywhere from 10 to 15, and they got him at 17. Solid shortstop out of UCLA. He can play, he can play second, third down the road. There's a lot to like with Matt McLain. Let's go look at the scouting report real quick. Again, ranked number 12, a 60 hit, 60 run, 60 arm, 50 in the field, 50 power. This is just a balanced guy. He's going to be just a solid middle infielder that you're going to add to your organization. I think he can get up to the major leagues pretty quick. Solid first pick for them. But then they added a really good athlete in a Jay Allen. A lot of upside there, ranked number 33 overall. If we take a look at him, I mean, just a good balanced athlete, a 50 hit, 50 power, 50 run, 55 arm, 50 field. I mean, at 6'3", there is just a lot to like with a Jay Allen. He's, like I said, very athletic. He's got a lot of upside, got good bat speed already, and like I said, got a good frame, and he's just very balanced for a high school kid. So I think Jay Allen is a guy they can really work with. He can end up being just a future star, I think, in the major leagues. Again, he's more of an upside guy, more of a higher ceiling guy as of right now. Not too much of a floor as of right now, but Jay Allen is a guy that you can really work with. I really liked Matthew Nelson in the competitive balance round at pick number 35. He ranked 40th overall. This is a power hitting catcher out of Florida State. Really love the power bat. Kind of reminds me of Aaron Sabato a little bit from the last year's draft. Good power bat, ranked near the top in home runs last year in college baseball. 55 power, not too much in the field, so wondering if maybe he ends up being, maybe a left fielder down the road, or I mean, maybe not even a left fielder. He's only got a 30 run. Maybe he ends up being a first baseman at some point, but he's got a good arm. So, I mean, he's going to have to work in the field, but I do like the power potential that he brings. So Matthew Nelson, I thought, was a really solid pick. They added, someone like an Andrew Abbott at pick number 53. Andrew Abbott is he's ranked, or pick number 53, he's ranked 51 out of Virginia, a lefty. Good fastball, really good curveball. Changeup could use some work, control could be a little bit better, but Andrew Abbott, a lefty that you can work with, who could be a good addition to your rotation. And then they also added a Jose Torres, more of a fielding shortstop as of right now, but he did rank number 69, and they got him with the 89th pick. So if we go take a look at Jose Torres, like I said, he's coming out of North Carolina State. Not really too much with the hitting as of right now, only 45 power, but he's really good in the field. Could use some more speed, but he's a good fielding shortstop that could, maybe down the road end up turning into maybe a middle infield guy if he progresses well with the bat. So have to wait and see, but I did like that pick. They got him at a good value. I love the Justice Thompson pick he ranks 119, and they got him at pick number 180. If we go take a look, Justice Thompson, I think is a guy to keep an eye out for. More of a high ceiling guy like a Jay Allen, a very athletic kid. He's got a 65 run tool, a 60 field, a decent arm, but the hitting, it really does need some work. He needs more consistency there. The power is decent at the moment, but the frame is really good. 6'4", 205 pounds. So kind of like a Jay Allen in a way. I like the upside with a Justice Thompson. So what I like about this Reds draft is that they added just some good, solid guys. You know, a Matt McClain, a Matthew Nelson, power bat there. But, you know, they also added some upside with a Jay Allen and a Justice Thompson. And Andrew Abbott is a left-handed arm, you know, good velocity, good slider. I think he could end up being something down the road for the Reds. I just like this draft overall. I just thought it was a really solid draft, a good mix of just solid, you know, high floor guys and then high upside guys as well. Next up, the Miami Marlins, and they may have gotten the steal of the draft in a Khalil Watson, ranked number 4 overall, got him with the 16th pick. He kept falling and falling. People were wondering, is he even going to make it, you know, into the first round? But the Marlins snagged him at pick number 16. This is one of the most electric bats in this draft. Khalil Watson was one of my favorite draft prospects. Wondering why he did drop down to 16. I wonder if that could be maybe some kind of like a makeup thing, you know, a character kind of thing. I'm not really sure, but what you are getting with a Khalil Watson out of high school is one of the best bats in this entire draft. 55 hit, 55 power, just has an incredibly vicious swing. Love it, but he's very, very athletic. A 65 run, 55 arm, 55 field. This could be your future shortstop. I mean, hey, you know, Khalil Watson, there's so much to like with him. Probably one of my favorite swing in the draft, but it didn't stop there. They added a Joe Mack next. I really like Joe Mack, and they got him at pick number 31. He's ranked number 19 overall. This is a potential future everyday catcher for you down the road. He's already got a 55 hit tool, 50 power out of high school, 18 years old. Good frame, 6'1", 210 pounds, but it's not just the hitting where he's a good fielding catcher as well. Could use a little more improvement in the field. But he has a 50 field, but the arm is very good as of right now. He can get even better. There's a lot of upside there. I loved that pick for the Marlins in the competitive balance round. And then they added a guy like a Cody Morissette. They added a Jordan McCants. These are guys that are athletic, hard-nosed guys. We go take a look at Cody Morissette. 59 overall. They got him with the 52nd pick. I like Cody Morissette. So a 55 hit, I do like that. I like when these guys have good hit tools. The power can always get better. So he's just a guy, he can move around. He kind of reminds me of a Brock Holt in a way where he's not going to be the most athletic guy out there, but he has that sneaky athleticism. I like that. He can play multiple positions. I like that a lot out of a Cody Morissette. And if we take a look as well, we had Jordan McCants. They did reach a little bit on him. Pick number 88, ranked 133 overall. If we go take a look at him, Jordan McCants, shortstop out of Pensacola Catholic High School. If we take a look here, he's already got a great hit tool. Not a lot of power as of right now, but like I said, if you have a good hit tool, that power can only get better. But he's very athletic, a 60 run, 50 arm, 55 in the field. What I like about this Marlins draft, if they added a lot of athleticism, a Khalil Watson, a Cody Morissette, a Jordan McCants. They even added a Tanner Allen as well out of Mississippi State. That's another guy. Let's go take a look at him real quick. 136. Again, he's a good athlete. 55 run, 55 hit. You're noticing a trend here with the Marlins. They're adding good athletic guys here that can hit, and I like that. And I think that's a good strategy for the Marlins. That sounds like a Derek Jeter kind of a thing right there. Athletic guy that can just hit. I love this draft for the Marlins. They even added some pitching, you know, throughout the draft. They added a Jesse Bergen out of UCLA, pick number 183, or he ranked 183, and they got him at the 329th pick. Let's actually go take a look at him real quick. So Jesse Bergen, righty out of UCLA, 50 fastball, but he has a good slider, 55 slider. Could use some work with the changeup, needs some control, but he's got a big frame, 6'4", 205 pounds. That's a guy they can work with. The Marlins, they can develop some pitching. Look at the young pitching that they have right now, and they added quite a few pitchers here. I liked some of the pitching that they added. They kind of focused more on pitching, you know, in the later rounds. But hey, for the Marlins, they added some good athletes that can hit. They added some pitching depth. I like this draft for the Marlins a lot. A solid draft. But the best draft, in my opinion, goes to the Pittsburgh Pirates. They had a heck of a draft. And Ben Cherington, you can trust. He was really good for the Red Sox farm system, and he is doing the same exact thing for the Pittsburgh Pirates. This was a heck of a draft. I mean, hey, they had the #1 pick, so that really helped. Adding a Henry Davis, I mean, I think that was a really solid #1 pick. This is a guy that you can build around, a catcher of the future, really good hit tool, probably the best position player out of college, a 55 hit, a 55 power. I mean, the common term about his arm is it's a cannon. It's a plus arm, a 70 arm. Could use some work in the field, but hey, you know what? I think the Pirates, they'll be able to work with him on that. Henry Davis is just a solid pick for the first overall pick, and they're probably going to save some money on that too. So, and they're going to need it because they added some really good players later on. They didn't even come close to stopping at Henry Davis. They added Anthony Solometo, number 17 with the 37th pick. Anthony Solometo, this is a really good high school picture. He's got a bit of a funky delivery from the left side, very deceptive, 6'5", 220 pounds at only 18 years old. Anthony Solometo, I'm telling you, look out for this guy. This guy can be a stud down the road. This could be, I feel like he could turn into a lot of people's favorite pitcher just because of the funky delivery that he has, but he has extremely good control with a funky delivery, a different arm slot with him. He's kind of like a noodle out there, but kind of almost reminds me of a Chris Sale, kind of, not maybe as electric as a Chris Sale, but a 55 fastball, 55 slider, a decent changeup. This is a guy, this could be, you know, anywhere like a 2 or a 3 in your rotation down the road. That's the potential this guy has. I really like Anthony Solometo. That was one of my more favorite draft prospects in here. They didn't stop there. Lonnie White Jr. came up next. I thought this was a good reach. They picked him with the 64th pick. He ranked 72 overall. Lonnie White is a very athletic guy. If we take a look, he does need some improvement with the hitting. He has some decent power already, but he's 6'3", 212 pounds and only 18 years old. Super athletic. He's got a plus run tool, a decent arm. He's really good in the field. This is a guy that could really turn into just a superstar player down the road. That's how much potential this guy has. Didn't stop there. They added a lot more potential. Look at the steal that they got here in the 3rd round. Bubba Chandler, the 21st overall ranked guy at pick number 72. There were some worries about the signability because he was committed to go to Clemson to play football, but man, Bubba Chandler, I mean, this is what a heck of an ad here. I mean, what a steal. The 21st overall guy. Let's go take a look at Bubba Chandler, two-way player out of high school. I think he's going to be more of a pitcher in my personal opinion, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. He's got a plus fastball, a really good curveball, you know, a slider changeup, good control to go along with it. Bubba Chandler, just a very athletic kid. And he can hit a little bit. He's got a 50 power, 45 hit. So, hey, if he needs to bat at some point down the road, hey, that's pretty cool too. But he's 55 run, 55 field. So, hey, if they needed him to play some shortstop or second base here and there, I'm all about it. Hey, even third, he's got a 70 run or a 70 arm, sorry. But I think he's going to be more of a pitcher. Good smooth delivery, good fastball, really good curveball, lots of spin on that curveball. And hey, only 18 years old. This is a hard-working kid too. I think this is a guy, Bubba Chandler, I think could end up being a stud down the road, a really solid player for the Pirates. And, you know, and they just added, you know, they just filled out the rest of this draft. They did draft a Braylon Bishop. He was ranked 94th overall in the 14th round. However, it's looking like he is going to fulfill his commitment to go play for Arkansas. So, I mean, probably not going to be able to get him signed. But they did add someone like a Sean Sullivan, a high floor pitcher, ranked 212 overall. So if we go take a look at Sean Sullivan out of California. So this is a decent guy, a good fastball. You know, slider, changeup are okay. Curveball could use some work. Control is fine. But, you know, a higher floor kind of a guy that maybe they can work with. This could be a, you know, a 3 or a 4 in your rotation, possibly down the road, or even just a back end guy or maybe a solid reliever down the road. So I like this. I love this draft. I mean, it's more top heavy, but they really added, you know, something with these top 4 picks. Henry Davis, Anthony Solometo, Lonnie White Jr., Bubba Chandler. These could be all future stars for your team that could carry you to the playoffs down the road. I mean, these are guys that you can just build around. Ben Cherington, an amazing job with these top 4 picks. I mean, Anthony Solometo, pick number 37, and he's ranked 17th. They got Bubba Chandler at pick number 72 with the 21st pick. A solid number one signing or number one pick in a Henry Davis. That's probably going to be, a cheaper signing. It's worth $8.42 million. I could see him signing maybe around like $8 million. So that's going to really help for some of these other guys down the road. So, I mean, I love this draft for the Pirates. A solid first 3 rounds, and some higher upside guys. They added a good mix of college and high school guys. So I love this draft for the Pirates. Overall, that's my favorite draft. But that's all I have for right now. Tell me what you think down below. Tell me some of the draft classes that were your favorite. But that's all I have for right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.